Hey there, it's Bea, and welcome to the second annual Anime Figure Awards Show episode. We're going to be looking at the 2025 figures that came into my collection for the year and rank those from an honorable mention all the way from 3, 2, and top figure at number 1. And we will see what I felt the most connected to, what brought me the most joy. It's going to be a little mix of objective versus subjective. I'm definitely going to be like, yeah, this is the top quality tier, but also what spoke to me the most, what I hold most dear, what if there was some kind of emergency I would grab hypothetically in that scenario versus the other ones. So we are going to look at these figures this year and showcase exactly what made me the happiest and what are my top figures of the year. So of course, we're not going to be looking at the entire 2025 figures that came out in the world. We're going to be tapping down and looking at just my personal collection figures, what I can hold in front of me and show you, and that way we can just appreciate that. I just thought it's really fun just to sit down, talk about my best of the best for the year, and just share the joy and see what I really think, because, you know, my figure videos, it's a lot of me first reactions, gushing about them, because of course I bought them with my own money, and so I know I'm gonna love them, that's why I bought them. But what do I think is the best of the best? That's the question we're gonna be answering today. I had to really sit down at the end of this year of 2025 and really decide, what do I do? Because I gotta rank these guys and really, and narrow it down, pinpoint it. If you are a figure collector, which you probably are, or just a figure lover, an anime figure lover, you probably know that this was a tougher year for figure collectors in general. Ridiculous tariffs adding on to the shipping prices and a lot of delays, a lot of shipment holds because things just went crazy in the world where things had to be halted shipment-wise in Japan to the US where I am, and so, we went months on end not knowing what was going to happen, how much the shipping prices were going to skyrocket, and then, of course, the regular things like regular delays and all that. It just really had me narrowing down what I could get this year. I did have to cancel pre-orders for sure, just because crazy prices, crazy shipping, a crazy year in general. And I just had to narrow down to specifically the ones I couldn't part with, the ones I wouldn't want to let go and would pay a little bit more in shipping, or, whatever more in shipping it took to get them to me. So yeah, that's the reason you saw less anime figures in this 2025 year for me on my channel. It was me having to narrow down what I thought was the best of the best and what I couldn't part with and bought for the year. So the quantity is less, but the quality is still top tier for me. It's the ones I did not want to let go, so you will see that if you want to catch up on past videos of me during the year unboxing these figures and showing them. So we are here today to look at that best of the best, to see what I thought was an honorable mention and didn't quite squeak past to the top 3, and what I did think was my top 3. I don't know if it made it harder this year with less figures in the little group of 2025ers to narrow down, or if it made it easier. I don't know. I think it honestly made it harder because, like I said, I went for the quality stuff that I really wanted, and now I had to decide what are my top 3 in that little bundle. So we are going to look at those today. So without further ado, let's jump into the video and look at our honorable mention. Here we go. All right, and the honorable mention is Coco. Now this is a hard one. I do have to say this is a very hard one because I love this figure so much. If you saw my unboxing of this first reaction and everything, there's like no denying any of that. Like, she is a fabulous figure here, but the thing is that she's rather small. So I think if she had been scaled up just a little bit more, it would have been no contest. She would have been in my top 3. She would have definitely squeaked past the number 3 figure that we're going to look at soon. But as far as, comparing to the other 3, the top 3, I just couldn't. There was something more about the other ones that I just said, you know what, I can't deny it. The other ones are my top 3. But Coco here is still so beautiful, so precious, a little work of art, as I've mentioned before. The sculpture, everything about it is just stunning. This is a quality figure for Coco. I think, if not the best, one of the best. And with the anime coming out really soon, it's like, I'm pretty sure we're gonna have even more Coco figures, which is wonderful. I'm just so excited for that. But as far as this figure goes, it's stunning from top to bottom. We have the little globe gold down here with the little snake or mermaid kind of snaking around the stem of that, even with more gold detailing. We have the parchment wrapping around with her little doodles, you know, practicing her magic and everything. We have the utter joy of this little witch Coco inside the globe, and I think it's stunning. For her compactness, there's so much packed in here. So that's why I couldn't go without mentioning her in this awards video. So beautiful. I love the little dangling bits with the little brush buddy and the little baubles. Everything is so finely sculpted and so much detail, even with stars on the inside. She is absolutely breathtaking. I just wish she was a little bit bigger, and that would have sealed the deal for the top 3. But as far as this is honorable mention wise, I mean, that still speaks volumes. She is a contender for sure. Yeah, there's no doubt she should be in your collection if you're a Coco fan. This is a must-have for sure. But yeah, I think when you see number 3, you'll just, and you know, the top 3, you'll just understand, like, the only thing that set her back was the size. And other than that, absolutely golden. So beautiful, so stunning, and a favorite in my collection for sure. Yeah, I just love her. Little Coco, a little figure right here. That's Coco. Okay, let me put her down on the side here. And now let's look at the number 3 ranked figure in my top 3 of the year for 2025. And here we have her. Number 3 this year for my top figures is Scarlet from Goddess of Victory Nike. She is beautiful. This is a very recent figure. If you've been keeping up with my figure unboxings and hauls, she was showcased with another figure. And this figure here is absolutely gorgeous. She is a character that I was not familiar with before I pre-ordered her. I think this is probably my first figure where I had very limited knowledge of even the mobile game or the game in general. And so I couldn't pass her up. I wanted a samurai girl. I think she's technically a Ronin, which is a masterless samurai, but in my head I'm like, I want a samurai girl. They look so awesome with their weaponry and their whole entire outfit. This is like a showstopper right here with her ginormous hat. And I just thought the whole look of it was so perfect that I couldn't pass it up. And so that's why she's in my collection. And once I did pre-order, you know, I played a little bit of the mobile game so I could have some kind of connection, which I think I need to have some kind of something, at least for right now. So I think that was a discussion I had in that last video too. So if you have an opinion, what's your preference? Do you have to know? Do you have to deeply love your figure, you know, franchise or show or manga or whatever it comes from? Or can you just get them for the beautiful works of art that they are? I think I'm leaning more towards the connection. Like, I need to have something, but this whole figure here just sealed the deal with the look of it. The fact that she's samurai girl or Ronin. I just had to have her, and I'm so glad that I did. Absolutely stunning. The weaponry is gorgeous. The whole draping all over with the fabric pieces and a lot of different things hanging off the edges. The detailing even of the etching on the gold for all the fabric draped around. Beautiful. Her outfit itself, you know, she's very voluptuous and curvy, and she has a lot of things draping all around her, like an off the shoulder little armor protection off her sides there on her arms. This little piece that's hanging on her hips gives that samurai look as well. And then a wonderful viewer actually pointed out a cute little detail, so thank you for that comment, that this little bottle here on the side of her, I thought, you know, it's probably a drink of some kind, but I didn't know for sure. And that wonderful commenter said that yes, it's definitely alcoholic of some kind of drink. She's known to love to drink, and that even explains her like blush under her eyes right there on her cheeks, her deep blush. I thought it was just maybe embarrassment or something, but they explained that it's probably because of the drinking that she enjoys, and that makes total sense. I can see it now. So I love the little details, and I love that information. That connection just helps even more appreciate the figure, because yeah, now it makes so much sense. I can see it, that story being told there on her is captured beautifully. And yeah, all of it, love it. She's a beauty herself. And I love that there's little detailing even on the base with the grass and all that and the crushed cobblestones. Perfection. So she is number 3, and you can see here just the size wise, I think that's just what edged her out. This one just makes more of an impact on the shelf, and so my eye does gravitate more towards Scarlet than Coco, even though they're both beauties in different ways. I definitely do appreciate my Coco so much. I love her, but in terms of just like the eye catching, I just find myself seeing Scarlet so much more on that shelf, and that just means something. So that's why she is number 3 here for Scarlet. Pretty. So I'm going to move those here. And now we're going to take a look at the number 2 ranked figure for the year. And that number 2 is right here. We have Frieren from the anime and manga Frieren Beyond Journey's End. I love this character so very much, and I know a lot of you do as well. This has become a very popular anime and manga for very good reason. It's so well deserved. The story, the impact, the emotion, the characters, everything about it is wonderful, and I'm not surprised in the least that this figure is equally as wonderful as well. Yes, the base is a bit wider than some would like or appreciate, but for me, I don't mind it at all. I have the shelf space where I have it over here, and I just love the impact that it all gives together with the brick behind it, the little suitcase there, the world that it adds to Frieren and gives to her. There was a wonderful viewer that left a comment that was saying that they have like a little plant or something that they added to this side here. And you can add whatever you want, honestly, because they give you that space, and that way you're able to just create more world for Frieren here. But I think she is spot on. The figure is capturing her beautifully. We have her face, which I think is probably the best face on any of the Frierens, at least that I've seen picture-wise for the other ones. And I think they've captured her immaculately. That is Frieren to a T, and they've got everything working so beautifully together. The paintwork is so nice and nice and crisp. We have the jewel here that you can see right through, and that gives it gives realness to it. You can definitely think that this is a real jewel here just because it has that light shining through it. It gives some opaqueness and shine. It really looks like a nice real jewel compared to some of the other ones that I've seen. Just like everything is like the paint quality is beautiful. Everything is lined wonderfully. We have the wind working through her, which I always love. Even the little earrings are whipping to the side as well in the wind. Everything's billowing and puffed up. And I love her entire outfit. I love the hair strands blowing beautifully. Her staff has that clean, crisp, and shaded paintwork. We have like dark burgundy here with light as it's hitting it. It's lighter on some of the staff. Just everything is so crisp and beautiful. And even the grass down here on the base, and then the crags and the bricks and everything is so rugged that it just gives that realness to it even more. It's so impressive. I love this one so very much. I have her prominently actually displayed on that bookshelf over there. If you've seen my pretty recent room tour video, I did an entire video of all the things that are in this room so that we can get a really nice view of everything in here. You know, whether it's my vinyl record player, my gaming consoles, my Jellycats over there, my office where I edit all my videos. You know, you get more of the backdrop, the whole bookshelf view of everything here. You just get a really cool view, I think, of this entire room. And so there's a bookshelf off to my right over here, your left. And that's where I've now placed Frieren on that, next to my makeup mirror and the mic. So she gets her own little space on the top of the shelf there. And so I can just admire her beautifully, just right there, prominent on that shelf. And I just, yeah, it just makes me so happy. So this is the number 2 figure of the year. And then that brings us to our number 1 ranked figure, my number 1 anime figure of this year for 2025. What will it be? Drum roll! Let's see. Dun 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 dun! Levi from Attack on Titan. This is a impressive, like immaculate figure. I just couldn't say no when I was thinking of my number one, because I was looking at these beautiful girls here and thinking I love them all in their own way. They all have wonderful qualities about them, whether it's, you know, my favorite character of something or just the impressiveness of the figure. But I could not say no to this behemoth of a scale figure. This is a 1/6 scale of Levi, again from Attack on Titan. And I mean, how could you not say that that's impressive? It is just like amazing from every angle that you look at him, from the swirls of teal, green, and white, wind whipping all around him, to the impressive intricacy of all of this gear that he's wearing. It's a character study, really, of like, if you want to know and have like an in-depth look of everything that it takes to wear what they're wearing in this show, this is it. The paintwork, everything looks like it's actually metal. There's a heft to it, just because he's bigger. Just all the gears and the cables and everything twined around. Wow, it's just impressive work. And then as we move up, you know, Levi's face, they've nailed it. It's perfect. We have blades here that he's holding in either hand. It does come with small blades, the regular blades that you're probably familiar with in the show and manga, but I wanted to pair him with the bigger blades that they provide as well, just because it gives the ultimate impact of him swirling around. He's already big and impressive, so why not give these blades to him as well and give even more impact there. But yeah, the cape billowing from behind, it's just immaculately done. Yeah, and I'm just awed every time I look at him on the shelf. He's usually, let me see, he's usually right here. I switched him out since I had him here with another figure that I really love behind me, but he's usually right there, sitting very prominently on the shelf for good reason, because he is just so impressive. It's everything. It's the size, it's the detail, the intricacy, the impact, the face, everything captured beautifully in this figure. The cabling, the dynamic pose of it, it's all together very worthy of the number one spot. And I am just very happy and so satisfied with this figure. So that is why he is number one in my heart and for this awards show. So congratulations, Levi. You deserve it so very much. It's just an impressive figure all around. And they all are, figure-wise. You know, like I said, in their own ways, they are so beautiful. I think, you know, mood-wise, things slide on the scale, and that's perfectly fine, perfectly normal about like what you admire from whatever moment, whatever time of year. Do whatever you want, of course. You know, buy all the figures you want, but I think it's always good to be just conscious of like what brings you the most joy, because it's all for you. You know, what is going to make you the most happy is what matters the most. So that's why you see my growing collection behind me and these great additions, my top figures of the year right here before us. So I am just so happy. And I think, now I think about it, last year we had a switch. I won't spoil anything in case you haven't seen last year's, but it's an interesting selection here. Very different from last year, like a 180 from last year, I'll say that much, of, you know, figure selection. But yeah, I am so satisfied, so happy, and even more excited, I think, now to see what 2026 brings, with things a look, you know, kind of calming down a little bit in the figure buying world. Hopefully, cross our fingers, they get better and not worse, please. But yeah, so I am so happy. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, for attending this awards ceremony for the second year in a row. You know, check out last year's if you haven't seen that one yet, and look forward to more anime award yearly in the future. I do anime figure unboxings like this in hauls during the year, and manga hauls as well. I like to go out to bookstores, like to Barnes & Noble and Kinokuniya and other places, and do manga shopping videos. Those are always really fun. And I love to explore as well. So there's a lot of travel vlogs and trip vlogs, whether it's like to a Japan town here in California, we have a few, or to Japan itself. I have my first trip all documented daily vlogging. I think it's like 12 or 13 episodes. I'll put it on screen. So if you're really interested in how my first trip went, definitely check out those videos. There are definitely more videos coming, wink wink. So look forward to those, and definitely more international countries as well in the future. We've already been on some, I've already recorded things, so I need to get those videos out for sure. I also have my birthday video coming out very soon. Birthday December 1st. I did a vlog to another Japan town, a new one. So that vlog will be up very soon, and we'll be able to explore that area for my birthday weekend. And then another exciting thing is you'll get to meet my brother for the first time. He's going to be with me as we go to Disneyland here in California for a special Star Wars event as well, and 2 days of fun in Disneyland. So that'll be a great vlog series as well. Look forward to even more fun in 2026 and beyond. There's going to be so much exploring and collecting that we're going to explore together. So yeah, thank you so much for sticking all the way to the end. Leave your comments below. What are your top figures of the year? What are your pre-orders that you're excited for? What do you think of this cream of the crop here? Would you rank them differently if you had them in your own collection? Yeah, just let me know all your thoughts, and look forward to the next one. Definitely give this video a like if you enjoyed it and want to see more, and subscribe if you haven't already. Yeah, just definitely look forward to more fun. And Luna's joined us just to say hello. Have a happy new year. Have a great 2026 and beyond. Yeah. All right, we're happy you're here. See you in the next one. Bye.